Welcome back. So today we are going to work on the trailering strategy. So this strategy assumes that the price eventually let me show you. This strategy assumes that the price eventually comes back to an older price, similar to a return to a mean strategy, okay? And you can see it here. So we have this stuff about having sort of a range from here, and then when the price goes here, it tries to go back to what we had before, which was in the middle of this. You can see another one here. So from here we say this is the middle or whatever, and I want the price to come back here, and then the price come back there, okay? And it's more or less the same thing. Here there is a stop loss and another stop loss because the price didn't go up. This is the right. This is take profit, and here you have also this stop loss, this take profit, sorry. Here you can see how this is done. So what the hell is this? So take profit is 130. It's not 100, it's 130 of what it could have been. Okay, so what we need to do, this strategy has already been implemented for profit sharing 1.0, but we need to implement it for profit sharing 2.0. So what we want to do is use Zignaly Beta 2 library. Then we want to take care of all the different options with long and short, and for that we need a prefix. So the prefix, okay, with a custom prefix, so that we can have 48 different strategies to run at the same time. Then we need to turn on several positions at the same time. This is a specific option, which I'm not sure if it's available or not. Then we want to turn on the edge mode thanks to the Binance API, which we want to do here. And also, what the hell are we doing to do with this risk? Okay, so let's work on this. Okay, so sorry. Let's try to work on this. So, maybe the first thing we want to do is apply Zignaly Beta 2, which should be quite easy to do. Okay. So I have the strategy here. Wait a moment. Why do we have this here? So I have the strategy here. I can take a look at here. I should not have any change. And yeah. So we also have, now that I think about it, we also have this new maybe we should probably do update it update it so that it comes from Ruckard Zignaly template 8.10 or 8.12. Let me check which is the last one. Ruckard Zignaly template 820. Oh my god. No, Ruckard Zignaly template. Yeah, 820. Yeah, so probably what we want to do is we want to start from 820, or maybe not. I'm not sure about that. And then do the rest of it. Yeah. I mean, we have made a lot of changes from the last time this was used here. So let me see. So last version is 820, and the trailering one is here. So from this date we have done a lot of changes here, so it's probably worth it doing this again. Okay, I will try to do this. Let me see. So, Ruckard, so Zignaly tutorial, Ruckard Zignaly template. We can copy this into Ruckard trailering. Trailering, I guess. So this is going to be H Phoenix. And now we can say something like added trailering Phoenix, but this is H based on Ruckard Zignaly template 20. Now I should be able to open where the hell are you? Now I should be able to open trailering H. Okay. And we should be able to do the same thing at the bottom. Nice. So now we should be able to use the right name here. So in order to do so, what we are going to do is we're going to compare trailering G with trailering H. Hopefully it will help us to identify what we need to change or not. So the first thing is the version here and the version here. Okay, so now we should be able to edit this so that it has the right values here. 30. Wait a minute. Have we saved anything here? Yes, we have. Why is the date 13th of January? This was from late. Oh, okay, yeah, because we are using the one. Yeah, sorry. It makes sense. So this is to. What day is today? 12. H1. Nice. H1. Yeah. So now we can save this and say something about it, which I don't remember. Use the proper name, isn't it? Trailering, where the hell is this? Trailering, here. I mean, the G1 should be based on... Okay, here it is. Use proper trailering name. Yeah, that's it. So this is TH. Use proper trailering name. Nice. Add an explanation on how the strategy works. So this should be this thing again. Yeah, so how the strategy works. Okay. Then show that the strategy needs to be run in 1 hour. Maybe that's no longer needed. We will see if that's the case. Yes, it's here. So we need to save this change here. Nice. Okay, then we need to change some settings, which I'm going to check if it makes sense or not. Let me see. Let me also... Okay. So, yeah, so now here we should be able to check some differences, which is, yeah, look at that. Here we have a lot of changes. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so here we have so many changes. I don't think we are going to make this properly, if you ask me. So I'm going to try to do these changes manually. So the first change is about changing the take profit to be true. So let's search it. Take profit needs to be true. So now it's easy to find the stuff. But changes that this needs to be true. So default enabled here also. Yeah, look at that. The next change is that the risk reward ratio, we are going to use it, so this needs to be true. So this needs to be enabled too. Okay. And the next one is how much is the position ratio. So we had 1.5 and now we have 0.5. This one, two. Okay, this is 0.5. I mean, this is not the percentage, but this is not the place where to fix this. Okay, and that's it. So if we save this and we check the differences, we can check how enable take profit now is true. Risk reward ratio is also true. I mean, using it. And then finally the position ratio is 0.50. So this needs to be saved properly. Template the form web modified to match the trading strategy requirements. That's it. Okay, so the next thing we want to have is the trading strategy without anything else. So let's see if we can do anything with all of this that we have here. Because we should have at the end some new settings here, like this thing here. Is this what? Enable trading take profit? No. EDX. Implemented to strategy inputs. And yeah, I mean, this is all what we want to copy here in the right place. And yeah, so let's do it manually. I mean, it's the only way that makes sense to do this. So yeah, let me open G. Let me open G. Where the hell are you? And G down here also, so that we have both of them and we can play with them. Okay, let's copy all of this here. Well, yeah, it should be here. So these are the new inputs. That's it. Okay, so now if we take a look, I mean, we need to do more stuff. These are the inputs, so we are okay with this. Then there are some variables that we need. Okay, let's try to compare again. Let's update this. Let's find something. Look at those old inputs that we have changed from here and there. Okay, so this is the init variables, so let's use them here. Is anyone? No, nobody is talking. Okay. So sometimes I am not able to check the chat because I have this stuff. What the hell is this? Yeah, okay. So I have applied this. The next change is how this bitrate trailer in position. Yeah, that's perfect. Volume bound super strategy. What the hell is this volume bound super strategy? Oh, that's something that I finally did not use, but I wanted to check. Wait a minute. I am not able to check. So the commit is quite different to what we have here. So I'm not sure. Yeah, but this is implemented super strategies. Yeah, that makes sense, isn't it? Rendering super strategy and yeah, okay. Doesn't matter, it makes sense to me. Okay, then we need some changes about how we enable trader intake profit and so on. So this is a plot which we ignore right now. Risk even something. So this is everything about enable trader intake profit, which we need to have on the right. Okay. And I think, yeah, we are done. So now, let me check everything. So we have the new inputs, the new init variables, the new super strategy, which has the logic of what it needs to do. And then we have how to handle take profit. It's our special take profit. So this is trailering super strategy. Okay, so now we should be able to use the strategy quite easily thanks to the two lines that use it. Not here. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so trading long bonds long. Yeah, I mean these two here, even if the volume long, it's going to be ignored. Yeah. So now we can see how we have this new two settings, and so this trailing super strategy is going to be trailing super strategy was used. Then we need to plot the strategy. So once again we refresh, we should get the plot code. somewhere here. Here it is. This is the plot. Nice. So this is, we plot the strategy. Nice. We plot the strategy. Yeah. Finally, we bump the version or whatever, but let's check let's check if we are missing anything. So if we refresh anything, we have all of these settings that are quite difficult to understand, but I guess that didn't make sense. Maybe we could take a look here, because this is 1 and 2. And we have not changed this here on the top, which I don't remember where the hell is this, but we have this 1 and 2 on the top, I think, now. This is 1 and 2. And the reason why this makes sense is because we say that the volume doesn't have so many. So the volume here is set to volume bounds minimum ratio. Okay, we need this one to somewhere. Let me show where the hell this should be. So we should have something about the strategy. Here it is. So the minimum should be 2. So the minimum should be 2. Look back. Minimum 2. Okay. And now this is and this is added the trading strategy. Yeah, this is part 2 here. That's it. Okay, so once we have this, what more are we going to do here? Yeah, let's compare everything again, just in case. And I think we will be able to bump the version to have H2, so that we can work on whatever else we need here. Although maybe to all short stop loss 100. What the hell is this? Minus 100. Did I modify something else about how the stop loss was used? Let me check commits from the future and see if there's something that... Enable to alt orders to have negative values so that we can stop no matter if there isn't a stop loss or not. Wait a minute. What the hell? Enable to orders to have negative values so that we can stop no matter. So this is the original change, but what I see here is that, oh, minus 100. So this is probably something that you want to have on the original, what's the name? On the original template, so that you can have this properly. I mean, this is not used because we are using 120 and 060, but that's a good question. Should we save this somewhere, or is it not worth it? What the hell is the too old order? Minus 100. So if I reset this, I still have minus 100. But I am not. The default value is still 120. So I guess that there is some additional changes somewhere which I am not aware of about TG. A16 TG. What the hell? This does not make sense. Why would you add TG? Oh, look at that. Enable, and then we have G20. Yeah, okay, so this needs to be added somehow. So I'm not sure, maybe we should play with the original template so that it has this new feature, because otherwise I will be lagging around this. So let me check 1 second here. So here we don't have any of this, and yeah. Okay, so let's let's try to modify the original template, which is here, Ruckard Zignaly template, and also here. Okay. So let me fix the stop loss settings, which I guess are somewhere. Okay, here it is. So if I take a look at the change, the only thing that it's been done here is the min value is minus 100. So if the min value is minus 100 and stop loss here, let's do it. And here the min value is minus 100. That's it. That's nice. Okay. So now we should be able to modify this Okay, so the minus by min val is minus 100. Okay. And now we can say, so now we can say something like RCTA, maybe RCT. Yeah, so RCTA, we can say to old orders minimum values now are IKC. Too old, yeah, too old a minimum, but I'm minus 100%. Yeah, that's it. So in addition to this, we want to change the version so that we can publish this. So this is number 12 of February, version 8.21. What you doing? So this is a strategy, Artemiros. 121. Yeah, that's it. So this is a strategy which I have here. This, I mean, not here. Okay, I have it in YouTube, but I mean, it's the same thing that we have on the TradingView description. So, oh my god. So the strategy assumes that the price eventually comes back to an older price. So this is quite similar to a return to the mean strategy, okay? So let's move back this. And so I will show you this thing here, which I need to turn on the debug in order that you can see what this is all about. So more or less, this is about using a random start like this one here, and then wait for the price to touch here, and then you expect it to go back to what we were before. Here there is a stop loss, okay, but here there is a take profit, so we expect it to go back. I mean, we expect it to go back 130%, okay? And here there is another stop loss. This one is a take profit, so we start here and we expect the price to go back here, and it happens. If you showed E. Yeah. And what more? Here you have another one. So you have the short, and then it tries to go back to the middle where we started. So this started here, so it tries to go back here, 130%, okay? So now I'm trying to fix a template that I use in every one of my scripts so that it has an improvement. So the improvement right now is that you can use 100 negative value as an stop loss when the order is too old. So when you have more than 6 bars, then you can check minus 100 value here. So I'm going to save this as this, and now hit tag. We should be able to have this thing here so that we can have this where you put stop loss. Well, wherever I want to, but the stop loss, let me 1 second that I can copy and paste this. So this template now should be here. So the template updated, it's here, and we will save it for the YouTube later, so that we can have this here. So trailering, this is what I want to use here. Okay, so the stop loss. Okay, so now we go back to the trailering strategy, which goes back to the original strategy. So what we have here is a position ratio of 0.50. So the stop loss is half what we is double what we have here. So let me show you where you put the stop loss. So so if we have here this short position, okay, which touches this here because it's more or less the middle here, more or less where we started with something more, then the stop loss is 1 to 2, so it's 0.50. So 0.50. So here there is stop loss. Okay, so it's a strategy that needs more, you know, a lot more good trades than bad trades, because it's a 0.5 ratio strategy. Yeah, that's it. It's 0.5. That's the risk to reward. That's it. Even then, what you have here as a result is this thing here, and this strategy also has an offset, because when do you decide that you want to check this movement? You do it. Sounds scary. Yeah, but that's why. But you do, you man. When do you decide that you have to print these lines to go back here? So you decide it thanks to the offset. So here you have an offset. What the hell? Trailing offset, and it means that instead of starting here, it starts here, and so on. So I can change this here, and this will start in another place. And then you can see how we get different results for the strategy. That's why I want to run the strategy with all of these offsets at the same time. This the reason why I'm using an offset is that I can prove that my strategy works always, or almost always. You know what I mean? Look at this. I mean, there are some times where there's a lot of drawdown, but the idea is that the mean, it's going to be nice, okay? But whatever the reason is, trailing offset 0 is not very good. Okay. So we can be here all of the night, but yeah, that's all of this. And you can do it till 2023, because the period is 24, so it goes from 0 to 23 offset. This is 23, 22 offset. Okay, like this one does not work so well. This one does not work so well, but the idea is that the rest of them makes for this one. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why it's a bit complex to backtest this, because you have to backtest it 24 times, which I did back in the day. Okay, so let's go back to trailing offset 0. And let's check what we have here. So there is no change about the Ruckard Zignaly template, and there is no change about the trailing strategy. However, what we wanted to add here is this 100 inputs, which we have here somewhere. Stop loss when the strategy is too old. The minimum is going to be 100. So this is the right value. I mean, two old order inputs. So now train H, we should be able to update this also here. It's not very scary because if you test different values, different offsets, you see that you always win in the end when you do the mean thing. So this is going to be, let me see, commit. This is going to be what was the name that we have here? Here. So this is going to be TH, two order minimums order, and now 100. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is something that I had not done, which is some changes that are done manually. So let's try to fix this. These changes are related to this. So two older order is 24 instead of 6. So this needs to be 24 and 24 here. Look at that, because that's when you think it's too old. Let's forget about this. And also the default 1.2.0, we want this to be 100 because, yeah, because we don't want to be, okay, 100. So the stop loss, it's going to be 100 by default, which we think this is never going to be right, okay? It's never going to happen. So 24, the stop loss is minus 100. And the other thing that we do is that we turn on this. So this should be disabled. So enable true. So this is going to be true, and this is going to be true. Okay. Yeah, I think we are okay now. Minus 100. And that's what we have in the old settings. So this is how the strategy works. So now I should be able to damn it. So this is trading strategy 3. Okay. Yeah. So now, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to bump the version. But let's check the differences once again, just in case we are missing something. So we have all of these inputs which are mixed because we updated the Ruckard Zignaly template before, and it makes a lot of changes. Yeah. Then this thing, we have already changed it around, what the hell are you? 1 and 2, so it's already changed here. Let's see if there's something else that has been changed or not. This thing is a new thing that we have on the new template, so this is okay. Then everything is okay. So now we should be able to bump the version here so that we can have a new version, okay? So this should be quite easy, saying that this is H2. And down here, H2 and H2. Okay. So let's add this and H2. So bump version. So yeah. So this is bump version to H002, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Now we should have something related to this. Okay, let me see. What's the tag for trailering? Here it is. Maybe we can copy and paste this one so that we have to do less stuff. So this is H2 and H2. So once again, we can push all of this so that this is public. Okay, so now we should be able, what the hell are the trailering? Okay, here, if I'm not mistaken, this is H2. That's it. So now we should be able to copy this so that I can put it later on YouTube description. Okay, so now we have managed to do some stuff. So now the strategy is using Zignaly Beta 2 so that we can use it on profit sharing 2.0. Okay, and yeah. So now we need to play around with a custom prefix, which will be different depending on the offset, and we will have also to play with the several position at the same time. So I have to I need 5 minutes and I will come back. Okay, so I'm back. So now let's try to play a bit with all of this. Yeah. So yeah. So when we want, what we want right now in H2 is, I mean, we have H2 right now, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. 1 second. So what we want in H2 right now is yeah, sorry. Okay. So I think what we can work on is on the prefix, okay? So the idea is that we have a prefix to add in addition to the usual one. And I'm not sure how we are going to do that. So here we have long entry and so on. And I'm not sure we have custom prefix. No. Prefix or something. So when you do a long entry, what the hell is this? Okay, so when you do a Zignaly long entry here, you've got a lot of options so that the trade goes on with take profit, trading, whatever you want to have here. Okay. So yeah. Here we should be able to add new options so that we have a custom prefix. But in order to do so, I'm going to check the library, because otherwise, without the library, this is not useful at all. Let me check. So the library is here, Zignaly Beta 2. So let's take a look at it. And we should probably be able to open it on the bottom too. Okay, so here we have the library. And that way I will be able to check. So let's check the library on the bottom buffer, so that it's easier. So here in the library we managed to create a string, a big string that we push into Zignaly. Here there's a long entry. Okay, so we don't have a custom prefix stuff, I think. So let me check. Prefix, no, we don't have it. Prefix like this, prefix, no. But what we have here is this partial thing that says please use okay, this partial says, I'm not going to return the complete entry, but the partial one, so that you can add some more stuff. But even then, so what we want to modify is signal ID, which it's here. Okay, so signal ID defaults to long pair, and we want to modify this. So we should be able to modify it from the main script if we want to, and we want to modify it. So that's what we want to be working on. So let's go back to the original script. Now let's check signal ID. So if we don't do anything, the signal ID is going to be an NA, which the library, which we check it, and if this is NA, it's going to just use this get Zignaly per, which is this is not exported at all. Wait a moment. I mean, it's info.ticker. Yeah, so basically what we want to do is something like this. So let me write it down here so that I can understand what I want to do. So I think we want to have long, depending on the side we are on. I mean long, yeah, so long. Then we want the sim info ticker, and then we want the offset string. Okay, offset the string, or whatever, how we want to call it. So we could have here something like this. Okay, let me see. Okay. So we should have something like this, so that we can have custom stuff. So once we have long entry and so on, some same info ticker. So maybe we should have this once, and we can put it everywhere so that it's easy to do this. So because short entry and so on, reverse short entry, it's going to be the same thing, even if reverse short entry has this reverse thing. I mean, look at that long single ID. Oh no, this is the library. I'm getting confused here. Okay, so here, where the hell is the? Okay, so here there is the library. So the idea is that everywhere where we have a string and a for the signal ID, we should be able to put our long and short entry. And my question is, what does happen with a reverse? Because I'm not sure the reverse one uses. Okay, so look at this. Reverse is using the same. Reverse is using the same ID, and that's what I'm going to use. I mean, I'm going to use reverse. So we have like different ways of doing this. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. Question is, do we want to work with all of these options, or we don't care too much? Because otherwise, maybe we should have this as an if this is set by default, then we don't need to do anything else, but I don't know. Okay, let's see what we can do with all of this. So string and a, Yeah, okay. So when the strategy starts, we have a new variable which is long signal ID string, and we also have short signal ID string, and we also have reverse signal ID string. Okay, so let me think about this. So what we want to have here is this thing here. So this one is short, this one is reverse, and then you've got the same ticker, and then you've got the offset string. Okay, the offset string is only needed once, and this should be offset string like this. The offset string should be str to string, and we also we take the string from the top, which is, I mean, this should be, here it is. So no, trailing offset is 0. Here it is. This trailing offset, which is an integer, so we convert it into a string, and then we use it here. So long PTC whatever 1, long what is it 1, whatever. Okay, once we have this, we should try to fix this on the right place. So this is 433. So we have on the top what we want to change, and down here we're going to check all of this stuff, and now we should be able to have different versions depending on the offset that we choose. That way we don't have to do it manually. So let me show you how we do this. So where the hell are, okay, so here we have this thing about signal ID is string NA. Okay, so this should be changed into signal ID equals long signal ID string, which we have up here, only if we are on long. Okay, so let's try to replace all of this. So this is related to long and long. This is short, so this needs to be short, because otherwise this is not going to work quite well. This is also short. Let's replace. Okay, this is still long and short, so this is long. Wait a moment. Yeah, this is long. So okay, short we replace. But now we are here and we want long. Long, 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 and long. Look at this. This is short. So let's fix this so that it works with short. Short, short, short. Okay, so here we have something different, which is reverse. As you can see here, we call to reverse. So this is going to be reverse signal ID string. Okay. So everywhere where we call to reverse, we are going to use reverse. Okay. We still call to reverse. That's why we are changing everything. Okay, what the hell is this? So this is long exit. So this needs to be long. The first one is long. Okay. But the second one is a reverse, so we are going to use reverse. Okay. This is short, and the other one is reverse. This is reverse. That's it. So now we are good with this. So let me check what changes we have so far with this file here. So we have these new 3 variables which work with this offset string and the sim info ticker, okay, in order to get the signal ID, and then everywhere where we call to sig log entry or whatever, we have this string signal which we are going to update. For instance, this is long, and we update this from signal ID string NA to signal ID long signal string. Okay, this is done everywhere. So let's suppose this is okay, and let's say something like support for different signal IDs depending on the offset. Now I'm going to test this to see if it works as expected. So let me copy all of this. Let's go to this thing here, and let's see if this builds at all, or if I have made a mistake somewhere. Okay, let me see. How this works. Okay. Thank you for the shoots. There are 2 shoots in the publication. Okay, this is compiling a lot because I don't know why. Short, long, whatever. Okay, so apparently this works properly. It works well, and you can see we have the same thing here. So now if I turn on the dialog, you should be able to check the lines as always, and so what the hell is this? So now I should be able to debug the other comments so that they can check whatever is sent to the library. So here, if I go to list of traits, and I make this quite big. Well, if I hover on the message, I can check the signal ID, and here you can see how the signal ID is reverse BTC USDT perp 0. So that means that and that means that we have a message for each one of the offsets. So we should be able to work with only 24. Okay. As we use reverse, this should be 24 options, not. So probably we need only 24 leverage and of a stop loss per trade. Okay, so now if I happen to change offset to something else, so if I'm here and when I set this to 3, I should be able to see how now this is another signal ID. So that means that it doesn't collide to the signal ID that I had before. So this is nice. Yeah, okay, so this is perfect. So let's, I'm not sure we have to save this, but now I don't know if we have to make a new version, but now yeah, so custom prefix per offset. We have managed to do this. Okay, this is properly implemented. Okay, so the next things we need to do is, apart from the leverage and so on, is turn on edge mode thanks to Binance API, which doesn't make sense in this video. And then we have this thing about having several options at the same time, several positions at the same time, which has a specific option. And I am not sure that this has been implemented on my library, so we are going to check it. So the option is here, is ignore open contract check. Okay. Allow us to open all the positions that we want for the same pair and in the directions that we want, the false to false. So this is something that I have not used, but that we can use. And there's also the edge mode, which yeah, so the edge mode. Okay, let me see if I can turn this off. Okay, so the edge mode, yeah, I think we need the edge mode too, so that we can have long and short, and then ignore open contract check. We need true, but we also need to turn on the edge mode on Binance API, otherwise this is not going to work. So we want both of these to be true. So let's try to add this somewhere on. Okay, so this is 902. Let's open on the bottom the strategy and let's search how the hell we call all of this. So we have the first change that we have done is use a different signal ID depending on the depending on the offset. Okay. I think we could add this change to the main template and just not use it, but yeah. Okay, so now we want edge mode and so on to be used. So I'm not sure how the hell to implement this so that it's easy to do. Maybe with partial false, which I think it's everywhere. So I think we could just use it and that's it. So let me try to implement this. So what we want is, where the hell are you? Edge mode, here it is, edge mode. So edge mode is going to be true, and ignore open contract check, it's going to be true, and we still have this partial false. So what we replace is partial false, comma, and we add this before it. So replace all. We have 34 calls here, depending on what you want to do. Yeah, look at that. So thanks to this, we should be able to do this. Edge mode. What was the other one that was not cross mode? Yeah, the cross thing. I mean, I think that it's not needed. Okay, here you can see how every one of the calls to the Zignaly long entry or whatever, every one of them has these new features about ignore open contract check and edge mode equals true. Okay, so now enable edge mode and ignore open contract check by default. Okay. So now let's try all of this. Damn it. Let's try all of this and you will be able to see how now we have new options. On the command that we sent to Zignaly, so that it rates for us. Okay, so now if I modify the settings so that we have debug or debug on debug on all the commits, you should be able to check down here how now we have edge mode true and ignore open contract check true in addition to whatever we had originally. Okay, entry long. So we also have this edge mode true and ignore open contract check true. So this is something perfect. This is what we wanted to do. Okay. So now Damn it, I did not want to do that. Okay, so now we have done this to do offline. So this will be done offline, and yeah, so we are almost done. So what we want, what I want to take a time to work with this is this leverage and the stop loss per trade. Okay, because otherwise this is not going to be funny. So now we have, originally we have $100 maybe in this strategy, and we only have one trade. So that means that I can try to, I mean, if I have 0.50 stop loss, okay, let's try to get an example here. So if I have a 141 stop loss and I use this here and I make a 141 stop loss, but I'm going to have a stop loss is 1%, which is what I want to have, but I cannot have more than one of these trades if I want to have 24 of them. So if I want to have 24 of them, it means, so let's assume that all of the stop losses are the same thing, are 124 and are 141. So if I have 24 of them, I need $1,700 and I only have 100. That's not right. However, we can leverage it. So we can say I put $100 and I leverage it so that I have 240. Okay, but then I need to make sure that the stop loss per order is going to be smaller, because otherwise this is not going to be okay. So the first thing we need is this is 20. So the first thing is leverage is going to be 24. That makes sense. And now let's try and see how much risk we want here. And I think what we want here as a risk is 123. So what we want here is 0.042, let's say. Wait a minute, 1%, yeah. So this is the percent risk we want. So let me check. 0.042% risk for 240 means that we are going to lose $1, which is 1% of 100. So this is nice. In any case, so how much do we need to bet when we want to like 1 2 or 1 or 1 1 2 or 1 4? Hey, yeah, 1 2 1 2 or 1 3. Do you mean take profit 4 and stop loss 1? So what we have here, if we use this 0.042, is that you bet 100 on each trade, and this makes sense. And the stop loss, I'm not sure which is the stop loss here, because yes, yeah, that makes sense. if your winning trades are much less than the loss in trades. Okay, so yeah. So what, I'm not sure about this. So leverage. This means that if I put 100 USDT as real investment, my investment becomes USDT. So I want to small loss, big wins. Yeah, I know. But this strategy is different. This strategy is meant to be winning more times than it loses. Okay, so I want to risk 1% of 100, which is 1 USDT. So the idea is to risk 0.0 let's risk per trade and see what happens with 24 different positions open at the same time. So first of all, the question is, how much do I risk with 0.0% per trade? So is 242 for 0.042 100, and so now we have this thing here, which means 1. Okay, I risk 1 USDT, which is 1% of perfect. Okay, then the other question is, how much stop loss do we do? So the other question is, let's say that I have an actual 124 stop loss. Yeah, so how much is it going to bet? Okay, so let me do this first with the 100 with the 100 example, and then I would try to do this. So I think it was 100 between 7. Let me see. So if the stop loss is 7%, it means that you can put this, and if you have a 7% loss, this is 1. Okay, perfect. So that means that what I want to do is, how much is going to bet. So this is going to be bet 200 like this. This is what it's going to bet. So it's going to be betting 200. Okay, that's okay. Perfect. I mean, I can afford to bet to 342 because we have 214 with thanks to the leverage. So this is what we want to save. So yeah. So conclusion. Leverage, it's going to be 24, and risk per trade, it's going to be 342. Sorry, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. It's going to be this thing here. Okay. And yeah, my question is, do I have to change the... So I have this thing about having 6%. So if you take a look, what the hell has been changed on the script? Let me check 1 second, please. Nothing. Okay. So yeah, so here on the top you can see how the risk management works. I mean, maybe it's easier to see on the trading view itself. So the risk management, we should be somewhere. Now I won't be able to find it. Okay, here it is. So the risk management is going to do 1% per trade by default, and then it's going to do 6% per day, 8% per day, and 10% per day in order to avoid having too much losses. But this is never going to be reached because we are going to do 0.24% per day, even if I don't think this matters too much. So because the strategy is not going to trigger so much losses per day, so I think I'm not going to modify this. So I'm going to ignore these values here, and we're going to modify this to 0.42. So, but I'm not sure if we can put more decimals. Yes, we can. Okay. And then leverage, we will change the leverage somewhere here to 24, and that's it. So here, if we test this change, we will see how we have much less returns. So we have 4% returns in all of this time, but we don't care about this because we have 24 more strategies running in parallel. So this should be something else. This should be what we had by default, which is about 9%. Well, yeah, whatever. So now let's do the changes here. So we want 0.42. Okay. How much was the value? 0.40. Didn't I have this somewhere? Yeah, this thing here, 0.042. Oh, wait a moment. This one here. Not 0.42, but 0.042. That's the maximum loss per trade that we want to have. And leverage should be 24, the way we are trading with all of this. Then when I have more than 400 USDT, I will make the leverage smaller, and we go 1x, because otherwise you give to match to Binance. So leverage is going to be 24. Okay. Now we can add this and we can say leverage 24x and as the maximum loss per trade. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. This might give me problems if I work with the amount directly and not with percentages. But right now I'm working with percentages, so this is going nice. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I think we have done everything that we wanted to do here. So that means that yes, safe risk management. I don't know if I want safe risk management. No, I don't want that. Okay. So this is already done. So I just need to do this offline for this to work properly. And well, this needs to have some more testing to see if it works as expected. Yeah. Yeah, so now we should be able to just bump the version. Okay, so let me check. There is no change. Now we can bump the version. Yeah, so we can bump the version to H3. And down here we should have also H3. That's it. Bump version to H3. Okay, so now we have this trailing stuff, which we have managed to do it. Yeah, so now we should be able to take to use it. So anyone can visit this URL, which I will be publishing in the YouTube video. So now let's save this somewhere. Here it is. That's it. So yeah, I think that this is all for today, because I have managed to do all of this. So we should probably make a last test, but it should work properly, if you ask me. Okay, so let's do a last test. And yeah, we will end the stream. I will probably be streaming the KNN strategy in 1 hour or half an hour. I don't know. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, now we have the strategy, and if you turn on this debug, which I like a lot, you can see how everything is drawn. Sometimes there's no time, it doesn't make sense to go to I mean, I have like a filter to avoid some of the trades. Yeah, and yeah, this one has been lost, and this is short, so on. Wait a minute. Why is there so bad? This was not like this before. Oh, because of this risk management stuff that we have right now. But that's the problem, because I am not telling. The problem is that I am not telling TradingView that this has leverage 24. So that means that it doesn't try to open trades that have not the minimum tick. So this is not perfect. So we should probably tell TradingView that this has leverage. Maybe we can try this thing about the properties here. I think that there was maybe the order size. What about setting this to 24? Isn't any better? No, it's not. One contract. Okay, let's assume that the capital instead of 1,000 is 24,000. Now it should work as we had thought originally. So yeah. Yeah, now it makes sense. Let's take a look at the different offsets. Now apparently we have better results. Not sure why, but we have better results. Even if the profits are not so good, because, you know, yeah, but I need this, because otherwise this is not going to work as expected. I need this. I mean, the net profit needs to be multiplied by 24, because we have 24 of this. Okay, let's modify this so that the default value is 24,000, so that unless there is a setting for the leverage, which I am not sure. Okay, let me see. PineScript reference. Yeah. So I think that there's something about leverage here, but I'm not sure. Leverage. No, it's not. I thought that there was an option for leverage. Well, it's not. In any case, let's modify the default value. So the initial capital, instead of 1,000, it's going to be 24,000, so that we don't have any problems here. So now we should, yeah, look at that, 24,000. Okay. So this is change initial capital to, so that it works properly with the modified risk per loss. It's our custom loss per trade. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just change the version to say that this is H4. Okay, H4. So hopefully this is the last version that we have here. Let me see. H4, nice. H4. Conversion to H4. Okay. Hit push origin. Nice. So now, if I take a look at here, I should be able to check H4, which should have somewhere. Where the hell is this? Here. It should have this initial capital set to 24,000, so this is nice. So now I can copy this so that I can put this later on the YouTube description. So you can have here H4. Nice, 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 nice. So now I should be able to copy and paste all of this into TradingView, and it should work as expected. Let's try and see what happens. Okay. Is this taking too much? Okay, now it seems to do something. Apparently I have clicked twice on save without being properly Okay, so now strategy tester should show us what I want to have here. 65% profitable, profit factor 1.2, and then we can try the rest of the offsets here. Whenever I will have 2,400 USDT as my capital in this strategy, I will change the leverage to 1x, and I will change the stop loss per order to 1% instead of this. Okay, so we are done. So let's end here the stream. So thank you very much for watching the video. Yeah, that's it. So we had 2 shouts and now we only have 1 shout. So apparently you can remove a shout from a stream. That's interesting. Yeah, so thank you very much. See you. Bye.